Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my podcast, Black and Weird. I'm your host, Jay. Hey. So this week I choose Colombia, and I found a story, a folk story, but it's mainly it's a Colombian and a Venezuela story, and like each time trying to search it, like the Colombian version is the Venezuela keep popping up. So we just gonna assume that the story I'm about to tell is also the same story in Colombia. So. We are talking about El Sabon, no, Sabon, aka the Whisperer. So in Venezuela version, they got three versions, but supposedly it start off the same as the son killing the father for like a reason and ends with the same thing almost. So let's start. So they said El Sabon is known as a lost soul in Colombia and Venezuela, mainly in the Los Llanos, and said the legend became a thing in the middle of the 19th century. So I was like, what is the Los Llanos? I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's taking like a rainforest, kind of like a tropical grassland in the Aden of Colombia and Venezuela in northwestern South America. So I had to write that down. It was like taking like a rainforest, kind of like savannas and stuff like that. So in the we are gonna assume the Colombian version, but El El Sabon. Sabon. I keep saying it weird. We're gonna call him Sel, okay? So he's a boy. Y'all don't know. Like he's calling him a he because he's a he. But we don't know his name. We don't know his birth. We don't know when he was like born. But like, I don't feel like it would matter where he's born since it's Colombian and Venezuela story. But you always want an origin story. Like we need an origin story. But so in the version we're gonna talk about, it said he was known as being a spoiled brat. So yeah, we know how spoiled brats are. And he was getting catered for his every wish by his parents. And said one afternoon he demanded his father go hunting because he had a favorite meat to eat. It was deer. And he wanted the deer heart. So when his father couldn't find the deer, he came home empty-handed. And the son, he hated that. So he killed his dad, cut out his livers and heart, and so this part right here. So he cut his heart off. So it kind of like different versions. I'm trying to see which one really I should really say. But in one version, in one version where it said that he cut a heart up, it say that he cooked it for his mom. Another version say that he just gave the meat to his mom. Like his mom didn't know what the hell happened. So we're gonna talk about that too. So we don't know, but his mom did cook the heart and liver, and when it was time to set the table, or whoever's at the table, so soon they got to the table, they sat down, started to eat. The mom started eating the meat. She noticed that it was tough to eat, and she suspected it was something wrong. And when her suspicion did like conclude in her head, she realized she was eating her husband's heart and liver. And it said that she cursed him for all eternity, which is kind of weird because like I guess she has a type of magic, I guess, because she like for you to curse somebody, you usually need something like something history to curse you or whatever. Like you need to get cursed by somebody who got history of doing that, just not anybody. And it would say after she had cursed him for eternity, his grandfather, so his dad, he found out about it and he tied the grandson to a post in the middle of the countryside and whipped his back until I guess had blood coming down, scars appearing, blah 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 blah. And also said that he cleaned the wounds with alcohol. So another version it said that they had used hot pepper. Another version said salt. Either way, that would all burn on open wounds, especially when you got lash. That would hurt baby. So this version said alcohol, which I know that baby was crying. And it also said that the grandfather released two rabid, starving dogs onto the grandson. And before releasing him, so the granddad gave his son, the grandson, the bones of the father. So the son daddy and the daddy of the daddy gave the bones to the son and told him to carry for all eternity. So he got cursed, and his granddaddy said, "You carry his bones. You carry your daddy bones until all eternity. So don't even think about letting it go." Okay. And so I having fun. That was actually very fun to talk about. I don't know why, but also say the whistler. So I guess the thing about this kind of is, well, let's talk about this the whistle. So he's called the whistler because supposedly throughout the night he whistled a musical note. And say he whistles the note C D E F G A B, and say in that order, and say it could be rising to the tone F, then lower to tone B. So it say when whistling is close, that means it's no danger. But if whistling is the distant, it means danger is nearby. Which is kind of weird to me, no lie. Because I feel like if I hear a whistling from a distance, I feel like I'm safe. If I hear a whistling close to me, that means I'm in danger. So that's kind of weird how it's backwards like that. I'll be like, and my hearing, I've been hearing things out of nowhere sometimes. So I'll be like, is that whistling I hear, especially from a distance? Because that's not going to help me. But it say also that if the whistling, so if somebody do the whistling, it will bring death onto them. And they say the only thing that can save the victim is a sound dog barking, because obviously he got attacked by the dog, the grandson. Chili, so like saying in one version, it does say something about putting hot peppers on his back. Another version, a whip. So, yeah, because that's common sense. We know that. And also say the spirit takes revenge on womanizer, which is, fun fact, this other version in the Venezuela version is say he killed his dad or stepdad, because that version it was like dad, stepdad, his father figure. It say he killed the father because the father called his mother a whore, and he just beat him because of that. So it's like, whoa, so it doesn't matter which version, the son still killed the daddy. Like, damn, okay. And also say that many people in Los Llanos say that they seen it. They seen him. And say, so this one the Venezuela version. But it say they made him during summertime when the, I'm sorry, I'm trying to read this correctly. A time when the Venezuela savanna burns in a harsh drought. And say the whistler sit and gather dust in his hands. I don't know why it make your hands dirty, but I guess he dead, so it doesn't matter. But also says mainly on rain or human days, the spirit wander hungry for death and eager to punish drunkards, womanizer, or sometime innocent victim. So he's, I don't know, he is, I guess, a bad guy with vigilante. I don't know. And it say he will suck the alcohol out of drunken through their navel when find them alone, and then tear womanizers to pieces, remove their bones, and put them in a sack where it keeps remains of his fathers. So, a navel, it seemed like a weird place to really do something. Like a navel, like, you don't know what a navel is. Navel taking your belly button. It's always so weird when you read something about that, about a navel. It's like a navel. Like, what's a navel? Like, oh, belly button? That's a weird place to drink out the alcohol. But, I don't know. But I also said, what did I say? I'm sorry. So, he put the bones with his fathers, I guess. I don't know. Like, he tore one to pieces. That's like something. Like, that's the other thing. Like, that's a good thing. That's a bad thing. Because he's also killed innocent victims, too. Victims. So, it's like, okay. And say some versions that he is 6 meters that move. What is it about above? I'm sorry. I'm reading and typing. I don't know what I'm doing right now. But say it's a giant of 6 meters that move about the tree stops. I think it's above, probably. That sounds right. Creaking and imitating is chilling whistle. Inside it old tattered, so inside the old sack lie the bones of his father, and according to some stuff, multiple victims. We just said that. So in that other version, he appears as a shadow of a tall, thin man with a hat that go after drunkens most of the times. And then it said also the wizard can appear by a house on certain nights, drop his sack on the ground, and count the bones one by one. If one hear it, nothing will happen. But if someone doesn't hear it before dawn, one person in your house will die. Which I don't understand that. So you telling me if I don't hear him counting his bones one by one, somebody gonna die? Like I said, I'm a deep sleeper sometimes. So if y'all a deep sleeper, of course, like that's no. That's like the most backward shit ever. It's like you telling me somebody will die because nobody's awake, especially if somebody got like sleeping problem, like they like deep sleep, they got to have melatonin and like that, whatever, to help them go to sleep. So gotta listen to like the creepy man, like 1, 2, 3. Like that's kind of creepy. I know, say like listening to you count your dead. Not I mean dead no more. Well, they dead, but like bones. Like why would I listen to you counting your bones? Especially for your father. Who want that? Who want that? Not me. No. Well, yeah. So that is the story of this whistler who is known as being the folk story of Colombia and Venezuela. But like saying, I know more about Venezuela version than Colombia, but I didn't want to change my person because I already had it. It was very interesting. I did my typing too. Cause no, when you do like a presentation something like that, you be typing, and once you find out it's don't got a lot of information, you don't want to do it. So just try your best. Like that's the best you can do. So thanks for everybody for watching or listening to my podcast. Oh well, listening, cause my YouTube, I don't put pictures. So thanks for listening to my podcast. I hope I see y'all very soon. Have a good one, everybody.